that is awash with diverse and contentious worldviews. Myths are symbolic storytelling. In Greek mythology, we see how it has changed and evolved over the years to accommodate different beliefs and ideas. Myths are as complex and multifaceted as life itself. They hold the tension of opposites such as life and death, good and evil, past and future. Myths can integrate these opposites or polarities both within ourselves and in the world. Welcome, Bonnie, to the podium.
Myths are important because they mold directly or indirectly our social order, and they do it with great pathos. Myths provide us a structure for reality and what is acceptable. Our myths have contributed to the issues that we have as humans. Who can quickly tell me the Greek myths relating to the seasons, to our seasons in the year? Can anyone? The answer is the myth of the abduction and rape of Persephone by Hades was used to explain how seasons came into being. Which of the following versions of the story do we want to tell? Do we want to tell about the brutal use of force and how might makes right, and it's okay to do things without considering the impact on others? Or do we want to tell a different story? Because mythology includes both these stories. We get to choose which one we tell. One of the stories that we're going to share today is two lovers running away from a domineering mother. So you have humanity dealing with its impact in the world on it, or you have force without regard. What myth, what reality do you want? Persephone was the daughter of Zeus, the king of gods, and Dimitri, the queen, the goddess of agriculture and the grains. Dimitri, as a mother, wanted to protect her daughter and kept her away from everyone. And when men came to ask for her hand in marriage, she refused. She wanted to keep her daughter for herself. Hades, also we know as Pluto, loved the daughter and asked her father for her hand in marriage, knew better than ask her mother. So Zeus knew his wife would never agree. So being the person of power and influence, he arranged to have her abducted and taken without his wife's knowledge. Now, when she found out, she was furious. Pathos was not empathetic to those two. She wanted her daughter back, and she was in the underworld, the world that she could not go to. So she went throughout earth telling all of agriculture, all of the seeds not to sprout, all of the leaves, the flowers not to give fruit. Zeus knew he had to do something or humanity would die. He sent a demand to Hades. Hades compromised. 6 months with him, 6 months with his mother, with her mother wasn't the best. But when Hades would return to Earth, spring would come, and therefore Persephone became known as the goddess of spring. She also became known as the queen of the underworld. One story confirms the rape. One confirms the human emotions and the potential impact. So what are we going to create with our stories? Myths are created, have changed, and are not static. They can be, if they're deemed inadequate or inappropriate or harmful, we can use alternate interpretations that were also used years ago, decades, centuries ago. Creating and updating new myths can play an important, significant role in healing. Myths have encouraged the creation of the other, and we don't treat the other very well. It's time to be kinder to ourselves, to others, and to our environment. And we can do that. If we don't, the species that we call humanity may not exist decades, centuries from now. Just as we create new tools, the days of thinking of survival of the fittest as being the strongest should be over. It is time to embrace humanity, cooperation, kindness. What I want to stress today, there's many points you can take from this story, but one I want to stress for today is we can, you can structure a new reality with your stories. Please do.